Anime SnapShot, Future Diary, Mirai Nikki, a spoiler-free review, and let's go! General info. Future Diary, Mirai Nikki is a psychological thriller mystery with a romance subplot with elements of fantasy and horror. Inspired by Japanese movie Battle Royale from the 2000s, it has similarities with Gantz, Batum, Bokurano, and even with later examples like Gun Gale Online from SAO. Manga was published from 2006 to 2010, selling over 4 million copies, and Studio As Red produced a 26-episode anime in 2011, including one OVA episode as an epilogue. There was even a TV drama produced, inspired by manga, but with completely different plot elements. The plot. Young Yukiteru Amano is obsessed with recording his daily activities in his cell phone diary. Things get really heated up when the god of that world, Deus Ex Machina, organizes a Battle Royale, a survival game among 12 contestants. He gives each one of them a special future diary, a cell phone journal that can predict future in one way or another. Powers of each diary are different, and they reflect the personality of the owner. Yukiteru gets a diary that can predict his future up to 90 days in advance, and so begins a battle to death among contestants, where the winner will become God, and will replace the current God that is dying. On that journey, Yukiteru is joined by Yuno Gasai, a girl who is insanely in love with Yuki, and we are free to say that she is a psychopath, and a true example of a yandere girl. For a more detailed explanation of what yandere girl is, make sure to watch our video, Top 5 Waifus to Avoid, where we describe Yuno in greater detail. What draws you in? The premise itself of the show is very intriguing, and the story is interesting and well executed. With each episode, we meet new diary holders, and each of them is an emotionally broken person who wants to become a god in order to fix everything wrong with their lives. This is one of the show's biggest strengths. Not only are Yuno and Yuki really interesting to watch, all other contestants are also very well thought out, with detailed backstories and motives, and that keeps viewer watching in order to see what will the next opponent have to offer. The designs of the cell phone diaries are original for each character, and that is where the second greatest strength of this show lies. How to fight and kill someone who can predict future with a great certainty. The way in which the contestants have to outsmart and outmaneuver each other, and the way they fight amongst themselves in such an original setting is truly extraordinary and very fun to watch. In order to kill your opponent, you have to destroy his or her diary, which is pretty difficult to achieve when that person can predict the future. But contestants still manage to achieve that, using whatever means necessary. The third biggest strength of this anime is the character of Yuno Gasai. Not only is she an iconic yandere and completely insane, she carries the show with her actions and motivations, and she completely overtakes and becomes the center of attention in every scene she is in. Her dichotomy with Yuki and the development of their relationship in those bizarre circumstances is weird and keeps our attention until the very end. It is very difficult to get your eyes off of her, and it is even more difficult to understand what exactly she is doing and what she tries to achieve until the very end, and a beautifully executed twist, where we finally understand why and how Yuno behaves the way she behaves. The finale of the story is what elevates this anime from the middle-of-the-road action anime into a fantastic and emotional experience. What can turn you away? As the story unfolds, the show persists in trying to one-up itself with every single development of the plot in order to surprise the viewer. It is as if that each moment that follows has to be more shocking and exciting than the previous, which theoretically should not be a bad thing. But in the case of the Future Diary, it leads to big gaping plot holes in the narrative, which can't really be logically explained. It is not necessary for each development of the plot to be more fantastical and insane from the previous, in order to have an exciting anime, and striving to achieve that, Future Diary lowers its quality and credibility, which is a great shame. With a more balanced development of the plot, this anime could have been a masterpiece. The second fault is that the end of the 26th episode is very unsatisfactory. In order to get the real conclusion to the story, you must watch the OVA, Future Diary Redial. The viewer who skips this epilogue will be left unsatisfied and with a bitter taste in their mouth by Future Diary. Conclusion: Future Diary is definitely worth watching because of an excellent story and characters, as well as intelligent action sequences. The premise itself that 12 people are fighting in order to become a god is intriguing enough in itself, but this show has much more to offer, especially nearing the end of the show. Just make sure to watch the OVA epilogue episode. That would be it about Future Diary. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social networks. Check out other videos on the channel. That's it. See you next time. Bye bye.